Hey, what's up everybody? So, back with another video today. I was asked to please show the difference between a standard rep, a rep on chains mode, and then a rep on eccentric mode. And even though, I don't know if there's a lot of videos out there that show this, that show the difference like physically, that you can see it. Maybe there are, but I'm gonna do that today. I'm gonna show you the difference between each of those modes, and Smart Flex mode. We'll show the Smart Flex mode. So standard, chains, eccentric, and Smart Flex. We'll show reps on each of those. And I'm also going to show what I do to show you an example of what I do as far as my workouts go. So it might be a little bit different than what a lot of people do, or maybe a lot of people do this. I don't think so though. So you're going to see exactly, and I've explained it in some of my older videos, how I'll link it up at the end, a video that shows my routine, just in case you guys are interested. But my routine is a little bit different than what I think many people do. I mean, I'm not in your homes. I'm not at the gym when you guys are working out, so I don't know what many other people do. But basically, I'm focusing on strength gains and muscle growth, primarily muscle growth. So that's the main focus. I want to fill my shirts out more, right? So what I'm going to be doing, what you're going to see me doing is basically just how I train in order to optimize muscle growth. So we'll get into that. I'm going to show you each different type of mode, and then I'll show you 2 sets to give you an idea. Physically, you can see 2 sets of how I exercise to show you what's been working for me. Everybody's different. Everybody's got their own opinions. Who am I? You know what I'm saying? But I've been asked this multiple times. So I'll just show you guys, and if it helps, great. If it doesn't, then, you know, it's all good. This is just what I've been doing, and this is what I'm probably going to continue doing until I switch up my routine. So, hope you guys enjoy this, and I hope it helps. If you have any questions, let me know. Alright guys, so there really isn't like a great way to angle the camera, at least in my position. There's really no great way to angle the camera and show you guys, you know, get you guys a good view of the screen, get you guys a good view of me on the bench. I'm not crazy, as you know, if you've watched my videos, I'm not that great with editing. You know, I'm very basic, so I don't know how to, like, you know, do all this crazy stuff to show you both screens at the same time and all that. So I'm just going to explain to you what we're doing. I think you'll get the point. So, excuse me, long story short, what we're going to do is we're going to start with a couple of standard reps, okay? Standard reps on the bench press. So what I'm going to do is on the screen here, I'm going to flip over, going to make sure Smart Flex is not selected, Eccentric's not selected, and Chains mode is not selected, okay? So we're gonna now jump on this. We're going to do a standard rep, and we're going to see what that standard rep looks like. And focus on the top portion of this screen, okay? I want you to focus on the top portion of this screen, because on the top portion, you're going to see the power output bars shooting up. You want to try to get over 80% peak on the output bar. You want to try. You're not always going to be able to, but it gives you a good gauge on how well you're doing, when you're going to burn out, stuff like that. It really tells you, it helps you to know how much more you can push, what you need to do to improve. It does a lot. That little bar shows you a lot. So let's get right into this. We're on standard mode right now. The weight is on 41 pounds. Okay, now that might not seem like a lot, because it really isn't too much, but this is a good weight for me in order to bust out between 12 to 15 reps on a normal day. So that's what you want. Between 12 and 15 reps, 12 I think is best. You want a weight that's not going to allow you to push more than that. If you're pushing more than that, the weight is probably too light to optimize your muscles' growth, physical growth, okay? Not talking about strength, I'm talking about physical growth. All right, so here we go. I'm going to turn the weight off. This is the starting position for the bench press. Now we're going to click the button on the handle to start this up. Keep an eye on that power output bar. I'm going to try to get over 80% on each one. This is standard reps. Standard reps. I feel like I got one more, so I'm going to do one more. Okay. All right, guys. So you can see here on the screen, because of the fact that the machine sensed that I was pushing a little harder than what it thought I was going to push, maybe because I got 13 or 14 reps, whatever it was, 13 reps. I got 13 reps on that 12 rep set. The machine actually increased the weight. You might not be able to see this, but it increased the weight by 1 pound automatically, which is good because it wants you to get between that 12 rep range. So perfect. The machine knows what I want. It's going to do, it's going to change in order to allow that to happen. Now that was a standard rep. Next, you're going to see, we're going to go to Smart Flex mode. On Smart Flex mode, okay? Smart Flex mode, you're going to see the weight on the screen fluctuate. It's going to go from like high to low to high to medium. It's going to fluctuate. And the reason why is because Smart Flex mode is going to be adapting to my muscles. So when it senses my muscles are weak, it's going to help me. It's going to lower the weight. When it senses my muscles are strong, it's going to up the weight. So, sorry, I'm out of breath. This machine's no joke, guys. This machine is no joke. It's going to give you a great workout. So I'm going to wait, I'd say about 5 minutes or 6 minutes, and catch my breath, let my muscles recharge. Then I'm going to jump to the Smart Flex mode. Now, while we're waiting, I'll just explain to you. I used to bust out reps, wait about a minute to a minute and 30 seconds, jump back on, and then like try to bust out the same amount of reps. Guys, I would highly recommend you don't do that. And the reason why is because your muscles have not had time to recharge. Now you see the way I'm breathing right now. I'm breathing pretty heavy because that small amount of weight that you saw on that screen, I think it was 41 or 42 pounds, whatever it was, that small amount of weight is not actually a small amount of weight. It's all relative. Everybody's body is different. But like I've always said, Tonal's weight is heavier than regular weights. So that 41 pounds is much heavier than regular plates. Much heavier. Probably double. No joke. So it's much heavier. Why that is, I don't know, but I'm telling you right now, if you start working out on this machine and you're used to pushing out 40 pounds on this machine, you go to the gym and you go to push 40 pounds, you're going to throw the weights through the roof. That's how this machine is going to condition your muscles. So, long story short, I'll just explain what we're going to do again next. We're going to go to Smart Flex mode, okay? Turn Smart Flex mode on. Smart Flex mode is on. Now, it's giving you, it automatically shows 10 pounds, 10-pound variable, right? So within 10 pounds, it will increase or decrease the weight, right? You can change that to a limit. See, this is 10 pounds. You can change that to 22 pounds. So basically you can make it harder or easier depending on what you want. It automatically sets to 10 pounds, so I'm going to keep it at 10. I find that this machine knows what to do. So this machine is very, very smart. So at the normal weight range for Smart Flex mode, you have 39 pounds. That's the normal. The most it's going to jump up is 49, because that's 10 pounds. And so the amount that it's going to go down should be, I believe, within that 10-pound range as well. So it's very interesting how it works. You can change it. You can tailor it to however you need to tailor it. But I find I leave it alone. For the most part, just leave it alone. It knows what you need. Because your base weight, which is 39, it is deciding that for you based upon your muscles, based upon what it knows about your training already. It's deciding 39 pounds. So if you needed to be more than that 10 pounds, more than likely it would probably up the original base weight. I hope that makes sense. Test out the machine when you get it. If you have it already, test it out, change it around, see what you like, see what you don't like. Whatever works for you, that's what you do. So I'm going to wait another couple minutes, catch my breath, and then we're going to start up with the Smart Flex mode, and you're going to see the Smart Flex compared to the original rep that I just pushed out, the standard rep. All right, we're back. So the situation right now is I got a little caught up, so we're at 10 minutes resting. The thing I love, one of the many things I love about Tonal is it tells you how long your rest has been, it tells you how long you've been working out, and it tells you how long your time under tension has been. So it will literally show you, hey, like right now, it's showing I was working out for 62 minutes, even though I wasn't, because I had the program running for 62 minutes. But it shows you I've worked out for 3 minutes and 39 seconds out of that 60 minutes. That's extremely valuable because it shows you how long your workouts are, and it shows you how long your time under tension has been. You can optimize your workout by following the instructions and looking at the information on this screen. It also shows you your number of sets, and it gives you information for each set. How your power output was, what your range of motion was for each set. So you can really dial in on what you need to focus on using this machine and the information it gives you. Alright, so I wanted to mention something. During that first set, which was on standard mode, notice, you guys, I'm sure you noticed, it was a lot slower than what many people do. And the reason why is I am trying to optimize my eccentric. So a good range for you when you're exercising is probably to keep your sets at least between 40 seconds to a minute. Okay? 40 seconds to a minute. If you're busting out your sets faster than 40 seconds to a minute and you're in like a 12 to 15 rep range, you're doing it too fast. And that probably means that you need to slow down or add a little more weight, something like that. You want your sets to last a little longer and primarily on the way down on this eccentric portion. So I wasn't on eccentric mode, but I was slowing down my rep to get the optimal eccentric benefit. Okay, I wasn't rushing through these reps, and that's on purpose. Okay, you want 40 seconds to a minute. All right, so here we go. Now we're on Smart Flex mode. We're going to do a set on Smart Flex mode, and we're going to see how that goes. All right? Starting position is up here. Watch the numbers. I hope you can see them. Right now it's at 39. After the second rep, it kicks in because it's reading your muscles. Watch those numbers change. Constantly changing. It's much harder than standard. So that time under tension was 1 minute and 3 seconds. That's pretty awesome. It didn't feel like 1 minute and 3 seconds. It felt like a lot shorter. But I hope you guys were able to see the numbers fluctuated between 39 and I think 48 pounds. So on the way up, it's 39, and it reads your muscles. When your muscle's a little weak, it'll drop down to like maybe, 33. It'll drop down. In a matter of seconds, you don't feel the switch. It's flawless, and it's working with your muscles to give you the optimal amount of weight for that portion of your rep. Mind blown. Mind blown. So I've discussed why I like Smart Flex in some previous videos. And you can see why. It will help you to bust out the most perfect reps ever. Why do I prefer eccentric mode better? You're going to find out in a minute when we do eccentric mode. Well, not a minute, probably about 6 minutes. I'm taking a 6-minute break, and that's what we're going to do. Now, the reason, again, I've explained this in some other videos. The reason I'm taking such a long break, guys, is because I have the time to do this. If you don't have the time to do this, to take that long break, by all means, do your sets faster. But I have the time today. So I am taking a longer break so that when I come back, I can push out as many reps as I can. If I were to jump on after 2 minutes of rest, this is 2 minutes right now. If I jumped on right now, do you really think, with the amount of grunting I was just doing, that I could bust out another 12? No. But if I wait, I can. So you are building a muscle up, tearing it down again, building it up, tearing it down again. I'm doing these to failure. This is how you want to train if you want to build muscle. Don't just bust out a bunch of reps and say, hey, this is great. It might feel great and you might be getting some benefit. But if you wait and allow your muscle to recoup, guys, you're going to get better sets every single time and you're going to get bigger quicker. Take the sets to failure. Maybe not all of them, but most of them, okay? By the time I'm done with my set, I could not push out one more if you paid me. I couldn't do it. That's what you want, okay? So that's what you want. I'm going to wait a couple more minutes. Then we're going to go to eccentric mode, and you're going to see why I like eccentric mode better than Smart Flex. It's not better necessarily, but it's better for me right now at this time in my training. It's better for me. So I'll see you in a couple minutes. And we are now going to bust out a set on eccentric mode. Eccentric mode, if you guys don't know, which I'm sure you do know, if you've been watching these videos, pardon me, Tonal. If you've been watching these videos, you know that eccentric mode will start me off, right? So me personally, it's going to start me off because my base range is about 40 pounds. It's going to start me off at 40 pounds per arm, right? Now, you can change it. You can mess with this so that you can come down even heavier. Look at this. Base range is 40, right? It'll drop it a little bit when I change the amount of eccentric force that's displayed upon my muscles. You can actually push 37 pounds up and come down with 22 additional pounds. 22 additional pounds. That's insane. And the higher the higher you change this weight, the more of an eccentric it's going to give you. So let's say we're bench pressing 81 pounds per arm. You could change this all the way to coming down an extra 37 pounds. It's just incredible how the algorithms work. So you can mess with this as much as you need to optimize it to what you need. But I'm going to bring it back down to I'm going to bring it back down to what it was at, which was what, 40? I think it was 40. And so automatically, if it's on 40, it's going to do 10 pounds. That's fine with me. So it's going to come down on me. I'm going to go up 40. It's going to come down on me 50. All right? And you can change that. So check this out. It's incredible. The reason I like this is because it makes it easy going up, much harder coming down. You're getting, it's like, I've said it before, it's like you're cheating. You're pushing more weight without pushing more weight on one end of the spectrum. So you're doing more work. You're doing more work and you're doing less effort in the beginning. It saves your energy. It will help you to prevent injury. There's so much good about this mode. Okay? So much good. So let's do this 12 reps. Sometimes I make it more than 10 pounds. Sometimes I'll do like, let's say 40 pounds base and then maybe, I don't know, 15 pounds coming down, 20 pounds coming down. Depends on the day, depends on what's going on. Since I'm doing all this for you guys today, I'm going to just stick with what the algorithm's telling me because my muscles are getting burned out pretty quick. All right, so here we go. Start this up. Starting off at 40 pounds. Coming down. No, excuse me. After the second rep, eccentric mode's going to kick in, and then it'll be 50 pounds coming down like this, and every time I push up, it'll be 40. It's going to burn my arms out quick. Easy. Hard. Easy. Very hard. Already at 30 seconds under tension. Time flies when you're on this thing. I'm going to try to do 12. Okay, that was 12 reps. Eccentric mode will burn you out faster than any other mode. After eccentric mode, you have chains mode burning you out the fastest. Because it's taking, like I said, with the eccentric mode, you're lifting more weight than you are. You're lifting, the way that it utilizes your muscles is the machine knows that you're stronger on that second portion of the movement, on the eccentric portion. So it's going to give you as much weight as you want on that end. Technically, I can probably do 40 pounds base weight. And I would say another 22 pounds coming down. I can probably do that, not for that many reps. But it's just incredible. Look at this. Let's do an experiment. I've never done this before. Okay? Let's do an experiment. Remember, my arms are a little burnt out right now. My chest's a little burnt out right now. So keep that in mind. Bear with me. Because this probably won't end all that well. And as a safety feature, during this experiment, I'm going to turn on spotter mode. Okay, I have spotter mode off right now. I always keep spotter mode on when I'm doing legs. Spotter mode has saved my life for legs. But let's turn on spotter mode because this is a pretty crazy experiment. We're going to do 40 pounds base weight. We're going to do another 24 pounds coming down on my chest. Okay? That's 64 pounds coming down, but 40 pounds up. Let's just see what that does for me. Keep in mind, I'm already burnt out, so give me a little bit of a break here. All right, let's do this. This is to show you the power that eccentric mode has. you can lift light and come down heavy. Watch this. I'm a little scared, guys. A little scared. After the second rep, it'll kick in. Okay, 64 pounds coming down. 40 pounds coming up. 64 coming down. 40 pounds up. This is insane. All right. Did you guys see that? That is incredible. So I'm basically lifting 64 pounds where my muscles are able to lift 64 pounds and 40 pounds the rest. I could have probably did another 2 or 3 reps of that, but I would have been done. And if it came to a point where I could not push anymore and I was in a dangerous situation, spotter mode kicks in and saves me. Alright guys, so I'm going to wait a couple minutes. Next we're going to be exploring the chains mode. We're going to look at chains mode. Now, a quick tip that coming from me. So I don't keep spotter mode on all the time. Okay, I don't do that. And the reason why is because if I were to keep spotter mode on all the time, and I'm doing a pretty heavy set, right? If I wanted to, let's say, on the eccentric portion, when I'm coming down, if I wanted to rest down here for a minute or 30 seconds or 10 seconds or 5 seconds, whatever, if I wanted to rest, spotter mode might, not all the time, but might interpret that as me struggling. It'll kick in, it'll lower the weight because it thinks I'm struggling, and then all of a sudden, now I can't finish my set at the right weight because it thought I was struggling. So I usually just put spotter mode on when I feel like it's completely necessary. Like when I'm doing squats, you guys, if you've seen my video before, I showed you how, well, I told you how spotter mode saved my life doing squats. I thought I could push out one last rep. I think I was doing like 100 and I forget how many pounds. It was a lot of weight. It was a lot of weight. Spotter mode saved me because I was being crushed to the ground with the weight. And spotter mode kicked in when it saw that I was struggling, legit struggling. Like I would not have gotten up if it wasn't for that. If that was a barbell, I would have died. I would have died. So spotter mode saved me. But spotter mode is, although it is super intelligent, so far I keep it off when I know I can handle what I'm doing. Like, or at least when I think I can handle what I'm doing. So when you're doing bench press, if you come into a situation where you are in dire need of stopping that weight, you're going to have to struggle to hit the button on the handle and it'll kill the weight. So that's the kill switch right there. No matter what portion of the rep you're in, you just press that kill switch and it's done. So that's just a little thing about spotter mode. One other thing, you can actually turn on chains mode and eccentric mode at the same exact time. So it's very heavy coming down, very heavy going up. You can do that. I mean, I don't know if you want to do that. I've done it and it's cool, but I wouldn't do it for a whole bunch of sets because you're just burning out so quick. You're not getting in all of your reps. So I think you're burning out prematurely, and then you can't continue. Remember, I'm focused on growth. So if you want growth in your muscles, it's going to take constant ripping, constant ripping. You want to get as many reps and as many sets in as you can until you can't go anymore. That's going to burn me out too quick. I'm not going to be able to get my sets in, my reps in, so I don't do that all the time. It's fun to do. It's fun to play around with this machine. So much you could do with it. But I don't do that all the time. So now let's get into chains mode. Same deal with chains mode. You can change the amount of weight that chains mode is going to give you. Right now it's on 11. Because I'm on 42 base weight, it'll go up 11 more pounds when I'm pushing. Now this is the opposite of eccentric. Eccentric was heavy on the way down. This is going to be heavy starting off from the bottom. Okay? So you're going to see, this is a pretty hard mode. You can change the weight as much as you want. I took off spotter mode, okay? And that's pretty much it. Let's get into this. You guys might notice that I keep my knees on top of the bench. Normal people don't do that, I don't think. So normal people keep their legs down, their knees hitting the floor, and that's beneficial because you can kind of push with your legs to give you an extra bit of like leverage. I don't do that because I have a bad back. My lower back is no good a lot of the time, so I keep my legs up to kind of prevent the arch in my back a little bit. It just helps me enough to where I can get through bench press. Okay, so I'm going to kill this weight. We're on chains mode. This is the starting position. If you start bench press from down here, it's very likely you'll hurt your shoulder. So if I actually tried to start bench press from down here and go up, Tonal's going to tell me at the end of my set, it's going to tell me next time, start with your arms up. Okay? Very intelligent. Here we go. It's going to start on the second rep. Okay. Watch this. Easy. Hard. Easy. Hard. I was going to try to do one more. Oh, hit a new PR. That's good. I was going to try to do one more rep. I decided not to because I don't have spotter mode on to save me. So I thought I could do it in the beginning, and I realized that probably not going to be able to do it. So I just quit. There's nothing wrong with quitting while you're ahead. You don't want to get hurt. If you get hurt, you can't work out. So you want to try not to get hurt. Again, that's why I like spotter mode. Excuse me, not spotter mode. Eccentric mode. Because you're more likely to get hurt, I think, on the concentric portion of the movement, not the eccentric. Because your muscles are stronger on the eccentric. So you're more likely to get hurt on the concentric. So if you can limit your opportunities of getting hurt, why not? So eccentric mode is just spot on. Spot on for many reasons. At least for me. Alright, my heart's pounding right now. That was some heavy pushing. Chains mode is excellent if you want to work on your explosive force, because you have to really push from the hardest point. From the hardest point of the bench press is down here by your chest. That's the hardest point. Coming down from the top is easy. It's coming back up that's hard. So chains mode is giving you all this weight down here, and you have to push, and it gets harder as you go up. Very difficult, but beneficial depending on the type of training you're doing. Okay? So next, do we have anything? Okay, so now chains mode, we just did chains mode. So you guys have now seen the difference between standard, smart flex, eccentric, and chains. I'm going to wait a couple of minutes. I'm going to throw in a bonus. Okay? This is a bonus. I'm throwing this in because I'm curious. I haven't done this since I got the machine in the beginning. I toned my weight down. I used to be the type of guy who's like, I'm going to bench as much weight as I can all the time. I'm glad I don't do that anymore, because you can hurt yourself, number one. Number two, it's not worth the ego. It's not worth it for your ego. You're going to end up getting hurt. You're not optimizing your muscle growth. When you're pushing as much weight as you can all the time, you're kind of like training to be a power lifter. And you're not training to optimize muscle growth. To get your muscles bigger, you need more reps and more sets to a point. So if I just sat around and pushed as heavy as I could all the time for only a few reps, I'm not really gaining. My goal is not going to be met. So I stopped doing this a while ago. When I first got the machine, I put it on a heavy weight, and I used it, and I was like, yeah, this is great. I'm going to try that again on eccentric mode, because I'm very curious, and I'm going to put spotter mode on as a safety feature. Let's see how this goes. So I've waited 11 minutes. That's not nearly enough as I should have waited, but I need to get going with my day. So I have 99 pounds per arm right now. This is not really that smart. And I mean, I don't do it often, but I'm curious to see, and I'm curious to show just how stronger you are coming down with the weight than you are going up with the weight. Okay? So we're going to find out right now. We have 62 pounds coming up, base weight, which after all these reps and all these sets that I've done, I'm pretty burnt out. But I'm going to try to push up that 62 pounds. 62 pounds tonal weight, which who knows what that is in reality, because it's much heavier. And it's going to come down 99 on each arm. I have spotter mode on. Let's see how this goes. Remember, it's going to be easier to come up than come down, because it's 99 coming down. But the eccentric portion of this movement, you're stronger on. So let's see how well I can lower 99 pounds per arm. Let's see how well I can push 62. I don't even know. It's been a while. Let's see. All right, not even trying. Not even trying. Wow. Guys, I'm not even trying. I felt the weight kick in. That was just crazy. That was just crazy. All right. So I can just not add this to my video and completely edit it out and be like, this never happened. But I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to put this in the video so that you guys can see that I felt on the first 2 reps, the machine's reading your muscles, right? I felt the machine starting to kind of kick in with the weight. No possible way I could have did that. So I'm not going to edit it out. I'm going to look like a fool, not editing out, but I want to keep it in to show you guys, this machine is not anything you should play with. If you're used to plates, if you're used to a bench press, and you're like, yeah, I'm muscling up all these heavy plates, unless you're doing more than 100 pounds per arm, right? Unless you're doing more than 100 pounds per arm, and remember, this machine is it's actually more than 100 pounds per arm. This is heavier than real weights. So unless you're doing more than 100 pounds per arm, and it's probably more like closer to 150, because in total I think we have 300 pounds on this machine, this machine's fine for you. If you're benching 400 pounds, all right, the machine might not be good for you. But a majority of us are not doing that. So don't worry about maxing out. Don't worry about it. If you max out on this machine, be happy. because that means you're very, very strong. Okay, so now, because I screwed that up and I couldn't do that, I'm going to lower it. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go back down to, let's go to 50. All right, let's do a more manageable weight for me, okay? I'm pretty sure I can manage, let's say, 50 pounds coming up, especially in the state that I'm in right now. I'm pretty burnt out from those last ones. All right, let's do this. 60 pounds coming up, 23 pounds coming down. That's 83 pounds. Let's see if I can manage 83 pounds. 83 pounds tonal. Definitely heavier than real weight. Unbelievably heavier. A 60 coming up. Starts after the second rep. Look how much stronger I am. Look. 83 pounds coming down. I'm still holding it. I'm still holding it. Now spotter mode's kicking in. Look. Spotter mode's kicking in because it sees I'm struggling. Amazing. All right. So in that, replay it if you have to, guys. Replay it if you have to. But you saw, what you just saw was this base weight. You saw the eccentric mode kick in. You saw that I might have actually been able to hold down the 99 pounds per arm. But I could barely push up the 60. So you see how much stronger you are on the way down. That's why eccentric mode is so good. So now you saw the base weight, you saw the eccentric mode, and you saw the spotter mode in action. So I hope this video was helpful. I've had a great workout today thanks to you guys. If you need to see anything else about this machine or you need to know something, ask. Feel free to ask, and I hope this video was helpful. This machine is no joke. It's 5 inches thick off your wall. It looks like a little iPad on your wall sitting there looking pretty. Guys, this machine's not anything to play around with. You want to build some serious muscle? This is it. This is it. Small footprint, heavy weight, unbelievable. Okay? Hope you guys have a great, safe day. Take care.